Hey guys, alright, Brett from IBMA, how's it going? Now, I just wanted to make this video before the new year, but also wishing everyone a happy new year. Now, today I got to work. I got my Glock 22 out of the locker cabinet. I got the bullets out of the cabinet. I put 15 rounds in 2 magazines, put one in the Glock, put it in the holster. I got the X26 taser, I loaded up with 2 cartridges, I clipped that on, I got my baton, I got my cuffs, I got my knife, I got my shit, I got my tack vest, I put it on, okay? For the 100th, 200th time in 9 years, I put all my shit on, okay? And then I got in a truck with my partner, I did my power check of the vehicle, I got my shitty bag with me, and I drove out the gates. To whatever emergency response, 000 or 999 call, or whatever it is in your country you guys can imagine or think of. Alright? And that's what I did for 10 hours. And it's now 2 o'clock in the morning and I get home. Now, this is what I want to say to the sports combatives and sports combatants who come to me when I do this job and this thing every day, and they want to tell me and say to me that I have to go and fight in some tournament or go and do some sparring match to prove myself to them that I'm allowed to do my Iron Body Martial Arts channel. So this is what I want to say to them. Alright, and I want everyone to listen to this very carefully, and everyone to analyze it, and everyone to think about it. Alright? Now, I've got nothing against sport combat, sport combatives, sparring, and everything like that. I think it's awesome. But I don't understand this whole argument and thing that they have. I understand it with everyone else. But let me tell you this. Martial arts, no matter what anyone says, was primarily developed in warfare, with human beings fighting with weapons. It was honed in battle and war and weaponry. Now, when I go to work, I have to put on weapons, some old and some new. A telescopic baton, handcuffs, a taser, which is crazy new, a gun, a Glock, pistol. I have to put on those things. Now, the moment I put all those weapons on me, I have to not only account for the safety of others, but I have to account for the safety of myself for the whole 10 hours that I'm wearing those things. That alone, that tactical awareness, that understanding, that threat assessment alone of having those things on and having to go out into the community and deal with people, and even having that weapon awareness and that spacing and that distancing, that alone is martial arts. Then you have the idea of deploying them, the training, the considerations. Then you have the thoughts of conflict resolution, whereby if you deploy these things, you have to justify them. If you deploy the baton, you have to justify them. If you deploy your spray, I forgot about that, you have to justify it. If you deploy your taser, you have to justify it. If you deploy your Glock, you have to justify the use of lethal force. You have to justify all these things. So you're already a person who is inherently learning to use weapons, learning to justify the use of weapons, learning to do weapon retention, learning to do all these things for real because it matters to your real life. And what I don't understand and what I can't fathom is why I have people who don't know me from Adam coming to me on my channel, sport combatives, people who do a little bit of judo and bodybuilding and stuff like that, which is awesome. My brother was a bodybuilder. But fools, they are martial fools, coming to me and saying that I don't know what I'm talking about and I don't understand what a real fight is, and they don't see pictures of me in the ring, and they don't see, like, the ring. I've done a video about this before, like the ring is the top tier. Well, guys, if you think the ring is the top tier, you are freaking joking yourselves. You are kidding yourselves. If you go to an office in the day and then at night time you go and have a little thing in the ring, you're freaking kidding yourself, because your life is not in danger. No one's strapping a fucking kill zone to your leg that anyone else can pull out and kill you with. No one is strapping a taser to your hip that someone can take and shock you and stun you with. No one is strapped a baton to your body that someone can pull off you and break a hole in your head with, or kill someone else with. You are automatically a deterrent, but you are automatically a target. You're automatically something that someone else can use as a weapon if they get a hold of you. Now that doesn't even cover the terrorism implications, which are fairly new. But this is what I'm trying to say. Inherently, you are a modern day warrior. You are a modern day martial artist without even any martial arts, because you are a person trained in the use of weapons, who has to use them in a correct manner, who has to justify them tactically. And I'm not even going to talk about the use of minimal force or justifiable amount of force when a greater force is against you. The scrutiny, the pressure, the danger. I'm sure the American police people and personnel and stuff, and military personnel, and that doesn't even, and I mean that's at this level. And then you go to military personnel, and you go to, so these clowns, and I'm going to have to call you clowns, these clowns who play around on YouTube and come and tickle boxing bags, and even go and do, I mean, it's great that you go and do little spas and tournaments and stuff, and that's awesome. We've all done those things. But when you do those, and then you come to people who actually use weapons in real life and actually have to defend themselves in real life against real bad people, and are out there serving others, and you come to those people and you tell them they don't have a clue, they don't know what martial arts is. You don't fight. I want to see a video of you in a tournament. I'm sorry, mate, you're a fucking clown if you do that. Now, this isn't specifically aimed at any one particular person, but if you're hearing these words and you've done those things to anyone, you need to think. And if you've made a sweeping statement about someone, or if you've, anything like that, you need to think again. You need to evaluate yourself, and you need to think, hold on a second. Because I'm not getting at the sports combat, I'm not getting at MMA, I'm not getting at anything like that. I'm getting at a certain group of people who think, martial arts pages and fans and stuff like that, who think that because they do a few tournaments, they can... You see, I leave people alone. I don't give people problems. I don't come on their pages and give them problems. But when people come to me and start giving me problems and send people to me to get them to pick at me and say, and not even really know me or look at my channel and say, oh, well, you're just a guy who taps at a bag softly, and does your silly conditioning. You can't even fight. You don't even look like a fighter, blah, blah, blah. Mate, you don't, when people come to me and say things like that to me, they actually don't have a freaking clue what they're talking about, and I laugh about it. But I thought I would make this video because I've got my New Year's shift, well, today, but later on, where I will have to go. For everyone else, for you guys out there, if you're in Australia, and for everyone else, I'm another person who will have to strap on a gun, strap on a taser, wear a baton, wear a this, wear a that, and go out and help the general public with whatever skills I have. And I might not come back. I might get injured like I've been injured in the past. I might have to fight people for real like I've done for the last 9 fucking years. Now, I never usually swear in my videos, but this ridiculous kung fu, rubbish, martial art bullshit, it needs to have a line drawn in the sand where they go, where these stupid idiots go, oh, okay, look, we can't really, without we go to our office job and then we come home and we do, our martial arts, or we do our whatever. I'm not talking about proper UFC fighters and trained tournament fighters. I'm not, because those people don't waste their time trying to get at other people, and they have the mind to see that, they don't go up to policemen and military personnel and security personnel and go, oh, you don't know what a fight is, because they realize that fuck, man, those guys, they know what a street fight is. They know what a real conflict, combat situation is. They know what it feels like to have someone in front of you who wants to dig a knife into the side of your neck, or smash you with a pole, or their fist, or their teeth, or their claws, or a chair, or a dog, or anything. Now, there's nothing, as far as I'm concerned, and you guys may disagree with me, there's nothing that these sports combat, little bit of a kung fu tournament fucktards can really say against that. There's nothing. And they really should stop, because I'm not angry, I'm passionate about it. They really should stop, because they're just, if you run a channel and you're doing that to people, you need to stop, because you're making yourself look bad. Alright? You're making your fucking self look bad. So stop doing it. Because soon, the military personnel, the police, the security people are going to start getting together. They're going to start realizing you're there, and they're going to start going, mate, you're talking shit. Yeah? If you do a lot of sports combat and whatever and blah, 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 and great for you. But I need you, and the world needs you, to realize that the world gets a lot meaner and a lot nastier and a lot more horrible than a bit of sports combat. When someone's trying to gouge your freaking eyes out with a spoon or a fucking knife or whatever they can find. Alright? So, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope all my sports combat friends, all these people, have a good New Year. And I hope they go to their safe jobs, and maybe some of them don't have safe jobs, but I hope they go to their safe jobs or whatever, or if they're cops, they have a think again, or if they're whatever. Yeah? But I know that today I'm going to put all my shit on, I'm going to go out there, and I'm just going to have to face shit head on. Make risk assessments, make judgment calls, be concerned for the safety of my fellow officer, because I'm a senior a more senior ranking officer, and deal with a lot of different issues that most people never even have to think about. Most people consider that if someone shouts at them in the mall, or they go to the mall and they have a bit of a shouting match with someone, and they square up, they'll go away and tell their friends about, the fight that they had, or the street fight, or someone swung one punch at them, or went to grab them, and they went like that and pushed them away. That's most people's idea of a street fight, alright? Now listen, everyone has different experiences. I'm not getting at anyone's experiences, and I'm not trying to say mine are bigger and better or whatever, because I'm nothing. But I'm trying to say that these people who don't really have any clue and do a bit of blue collar sparring and jabbing and poking at each other with headpieces on and stuff, don't go on people's channels who you don't know and get your minions to do that and start telling them that they don't know what real life is and they don't know what a fight is, because they haven't put up a tournament. You guys are in fucking crazy land. You really fucking are. Because some fucking people out there legitimately have to put on guns and put on dangerous shit and go out there at the lowest level. And then you've got, like I said, security personnel, military, and it goes up and up. Don't tell those people they don't know how to fight. No one does that. It's a bad idea. It's stupid. And it makes kung fu and it makes martial arts look bad. And all those channels there's channels out there that are going and attacking other martial artists and calling them phony and calling them fake. And then those same channels are coming to me and telling me that I can't fight. And they want to see me at tournament videos of me and and what kicks do I see you do and blah blah blah, and it's just a joke. It's a fucking joke, alright? You got to know the difference between playing around and real life. Anyway, well, hopefully this will make people think, alright? And it's probably the angriest or most annoyed people have seen me. But that's because I've been dealing with turds for the last 10 hours, alright? Okay, well guys, at least you know when you're dealing with me that you're going to get honesty and you're going to get the truth. And you're just going to get me. And I'm not going to make it up, alright? Anyway, I've talked shit for long enough, alright guys? Awesome, be safe out there.